I'm torn as to what to do, because do I pull these guys out and put them somewhere we see them all the time, or do I just leave them be? Hey, what's up everybody? Check this out. We found another young elongated tortoise, but this one was found in my neighbor's yard. How crazy is that? Looks like another female. So how intense is this? Apparently those tortoises were doing so well, they had babies that I did not see, and they've been growing up and showing up, and this is really cool. This is a real pretty one, real nice marking on the shell, and a real nice yellow head. Now what I want to do is I want to go find the others that we put outside just a few weeks ago in the new area, because I mean, that's where they were. They were very happy there, but I kind of want to see them again. So let's go check and see if we can find the two other females that are living in the new enclosure. So this should be a really cool tortoise hunt. Hopefully we'll find them, and we can check up on them and see how they're doing, and maybe I'll pull them out and just kind of see if they want to live back in there again and just hang out with them for a while. Either that, I don't know. I want to get a male. I was hoping this little guy would have been a male, and then we can just kind of go about our business as reproducing them. But here we go. We're in here in Frida's pond. Really, really cool pond. She just slid right into the water. So she's just hanging out. I don't see any of the tortoises in there. Now this is going to be tough because these guys are able to really get in. Hi, Lumpy. They're able to get into some tight areas. Ones that you wouldn't normally think a turtle or tortoise can get into. For example, this would be a really interesting place to hide if I were an elongated tortoise, you know? They can burrow into this leaf litter. So this is gonna be a real needle in a haystack kind of situation. Let's also look in here. I might have to turn on my my little alarm, not alarm, what's it called? Flashlight. Look at that pretty lady I got there on my phone. Okay, hold on. Let's go in here, see if I see anybody. Yeah, nobody in here. Nothing. All right, so that's good news. Let's keep on looking. Oh, such a fun adventure right in my own backyard. Wow. So sick, but cool to see the plant life doing really well. And again, this is all shored up nicely, so no one can get out. So I'm not really worried about that. But you see, if they were babies, they could fit through the cracks in the concrete. So that's probably what happened. As babies, they wandered into here and then got big enough to where they couldn't get out.
Thank you to all our loyal Patreon members out there who have helped to create an amazing reptile community online with us.
This week's shout out goes to LJ Moore.
All right, well, we got lucky. Look at this. Here is one of them. And again, it's another young adult. This is a little female we found living in here. So she's still in here, and I'm torn as to what to do, because do I pull these guys out and put them somewhere we see them all the time, or do I just leave them be in this enclosure that they've been living in for years without any work from me, without any interference? They've just been doing so very well living in here. So that's the question that I need to come to grips with. You know, I think it's kind of cool. This is something of my Asian enclosure, even though I have sulcatas in it, but they are doing so well. And this is a pretty one. Again, another beauty, but I found it right here at the base of this palmetto, and you can see these trunks create really cool hiding areas, natural forms for these guys. So that's pretty neat. So I don't know. What do you think I should do, friends? Definitely want to hear from you in the comments below. Very, very cool we found her. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put her back for now because we now know where she is. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide her in. Let's look for that last one. Let's see if we can find that one more elongated tortoise. Ow, ooh, that hurt. These saw palmetto. Got to be careful with them. They call them saw palmetto for a reason, because they have these little serrated edges. So I just hurt myself. wowie. But if you're a tortoise with that nice scaly reptilian skin, you ain't got no problems. This is kind of a good spot. Way down in here. Oh my gosh. It does kind of end though. Look at this. Oh man. It does turn, but I don't think anybody's in there. All right. Keep going. Oh my gosh. Well, I almost lost this one again. I can't seem to find the other female. So I am going to call it and just bring this one out. And what I'll do is I'll just keep an eye on the other, or on this enclosure. Oh, there's something interesting there. I'll keep an eye on this enclosure just to make sure that I am not missing this other little tortoise floating around here, and that's all secured right there. Like I said, they could be anywhere, man. Really, a lot of cool places for them to hide. In fact, this one was only a few inches away from where it was the last time I found it, and I got nervous because couldn't see it. So let's go back into the enclosure with the other, and we'll talk a little bit about the elongated tortoise and why I like them and think they're fantastic little species. These guys come from Southeast Asia, and they're also related to the Forsteni tortoise, the Forstens tortoise or Travancore tortoise, and they are a very, very hardy and smaller species, but they are found in more jungle areas, forested areas, Vietnam, Thailand. They get a little bit bigger than this female you see right here, but they do very well in captivity. So let's see, if this guy's still around. The other one, I don't know. They like to burrow into the dirt they like to burrow in there for the microclimate, much like a box turtle. All tortoises are definitely going to be doing that. It's really a cool thing for them to deal with the, the demanding realities of climate. You know, as I was digging around in that palmetto, underneath the pine leaves and the pine straw, it was extremely moist. So they get that moisture that they need by burrowing down into plants and into the sides of decaying logs and so on. And then the other thing that provides is, as it's decaying, it gives off a little bit of heat. So they're able to kind of regulate their body temperatures, and certainly makes quite the difference here in Florida, where we do get cold nights. These guys can take cooler temperatures, and obviously, because the 3 that are remaining here at the camp are animals that have just been in that enclosure for a very, very long time, without any assistance by me, which is pretty cool. And I like keeping animals that are hardy like that, because I know if I provide them with a cool habitat, I don't have to worry about much else. So this one, of course, is going to be really, really shy. Let's have a look over here. See a size difference. And you know what's funny is that other little guy probably cruised, most likely went down in here somewhere. Let's see. Let's have a look again and see if it did go in there, in fact. Nope, didn't go in there. So it's around here somewhere. Now, that's what's so funny. These things will completely obscure themselves and you won't be able to find them. Up, I found it. Went way down deep in there. But look at the variability. This one is mostly brown. This one is mostly tan. But they are, in fact, the exact same species. And it looks like that one, the smaller one, is in fact a female. So we'll be looking for the others, and hopefully I'll find that third one, put it back out here. We'll get some more plants put in here, a little bit more coverage, but I'm thinking that unfortunately the iguana may eat them. Oh, here she comes. She sees this little one. She's sticking her head out to see who her new friend is. So that's pretty neat. Seeing another tortoise is making her come out of her shell, which is pretty interesting. These guys are going to eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, as well as taking some carrion or worms, things like that. So a little bit of protein will be consumed. We find that a lot of turtles, or a lot of tortoises rather, that you would think are herbivores, will take animal protein if it is readily available and easy for them to consume. So yes, they'll do that. Now the males' heads will turn pink during the breeding season, which in South Florida starts in the beginning of end of August and lasts into November, December, with egg laying starting in October. So very, very cool little species. But again, look at their pretty heads. Perfect shells on these animals. Growing up in this idyllic situation where they're protected from many predators, larger predators, because of the house and you know, my interference as far as just being around. But how amazing, right? Really, really cool stuff. So this tortoise has also got the telltale signs of eating grass sticking out of his mouth. So that's neat too. These guys like the warmer temperatures. High humidity is very important for them, which is why this tortoise is going to go back into this clump of grass and burrow itself down. You'll see them really, really active in the rainy season. They'll start coming out. They're also crepuscular, which means they're active at dawn and dusk. But after a rainstorm is when you're really going to see the elongated tortoises come alive. In fact, many tortoises will be very active after a rain shower. So yeah, we're in the dry season, coming into the end of it. And right now, we're just going to enjoy the fact that we've got yet another elongated tortoise that is shown back up here at the camp. We'll find that other one, guys. Don't worry. I'll keep an eye out for it, and we'll bring it back in here so that this animal can potentially make babies when I find a male. All right, everyone, there you go. A little fun searching for our elongated tortoises here at the camp. They're going to live here with Guapo, who's up there. And we're gonna have a good time watching these guys and rebuilding our elongated tortoise enclosure, or rather colony. All right, everyone, don't forget to go to patreon.com/Kamp Kenan, where you'll find more content and you can become a member. See you guys soon. Bye.